can you believe it? Frankie Muniz, Agent Cody Banks himself, is the ARCA Menards Series points leader. It sounds like something out of a Hollywood script, but there he is up there in 9th place. He did kind of lose the lead draft there at the end, led the second pack home from there, but if my math is correct, I know, Brandon, you were saying the ARCA website, I believe, is down for everybody at the moment, or it was at least before we came onto the air. I believe he has a 3-point lead now over Jesse Love. So I'll just throw the question over to you right now, Brandon. Is Frankie Muniz a legitimate championship contender in the ARCA Menards Series this season?
I don't know, man. He's awfully excited about it, though, for early on. That's for sure. He told Peter Strada, "I want to win a championship," and just seeing the smile on his face after that P9, and also just realizing that he was on top of the championship board. I don't think he can believe it yet, but he's shocking a lot of people, and he's not really doing it by having the fastest car. And that's what's so fun about having a guy like Frankie Muniz in the ARCA Menards Series. He's out there practicing good wreck avoidance and just finishing consistently. That's really in a lot of these ARCA events, that's really what it takes to keep yourself up and in front of the points battle. And so he's doing that so far, but there is, as we know, there's a lot of the season left to go, and then 17 races, as a matter of fact, and it's not always that easy to stay out of trouble with the different places we're going to go in this national tour. So, but he's got the confidence level for sure to keep him going for at least a few more races. He's definitely my most interesting thing about the ARCA Menards Series to me this season for sure.
Yeah, well, I think we said it. When the deal was first announced, you had People Magazine and TMZ talking about the ARCA Menards Series. Only a guy like Frankie Muniz coming into the series is going to do that. So he certainly brought some outside interest. But I got to tell you, I'm most impressed by his 6th place run at Phoenix, because Daytona and Talladega, obviously, it's a place where if you work the draft right, if you don't have as strong of a car as, say, a Venturini entry or something, you can work your way up and still finish up at the front of the pack. And he's had strong, solid finishes, kept the car clean in both races, 11th at Daytona, 9th at Talladega, but that 6th place run at Phoenix in particular, very, very strong showing. And I know Jesse Love had the accident at Phoenix that took him out. That's why he's down 2nd in the points right now. Greg Van Alst, of course, had an accident in this race, and you see him down here in 32nd, an unfortunate deal for him. What happened was Amber Balkan, unfortunate for her as well, because she was running very strong up in the top 3. Her car broke, and she pulled off to the apron, and just kind of led to a stack up where Van Alst had a run, ended up getting turned to the outside wall by Scott Melton. So an unfortunate deal for the Daytona winner, and unfortunate for his championship hopes as well, because some of these tracks we go to, like I was just pointing out, Kern, we have a 16-car field. Talladega, not quite a full field like we saw at Daytona, but still, there's a lot more points to lose if you fall down that far in the running order. So it's an unfortunate deal for him. But for Frankie in particular, I will say this. I don't think that Rette Jones car is on the level of the Joe Gibbs car or the Venturini cars or even the Rev cars. But I'll say this much as well, with no disrespect to Andy Hillenberg, it's not a fast track car either. And, I know that team does a lot with a little and is out there, scraping away, doing what they can. But, he has a solid car underneath him. Maybe not a race-winning car week in and week out, but something that I think, if he can continue to run clean and bring home these strong finishes, I don't know that he should be considered level with Jesse Love in terms of a favorite to win the title, because I think Jesse Love is certainly the favorite to win the championship with how things are set right now with Venturini. But, Frankie could certainly finish 2nd or 3rd. I wouldn't put that past him at all. And if Jesse Love continues to have some bad luck, who knows? We certainly didn't think he'd be leading the points after just 3 races. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's been a great start to the season for him, no doubt. And I think, he's already surprised a lot of people. I think some people were coming into this wondering, is this just a publicity stunt, this actor turned race car driver trying to be the new Paul Newman or whatever? He's serious about this, and he is certainly making that known.
What I picked up a lot from the Strata interview was him talking about his heart rate. And at Daytona and Phoenix, he was really struggling with the heart rate being high just out of nerves, But he said at Talladega, he was able to actually get it down to a little more manageable pace. And you think that's really going to help him endure through these races, and he's really going to get a lot of shock to the system because the ARCA series, the schedule is about to really start cramming down as we get into the summer. He's got Kansas and Charlotte coming up, two very different racetracks from what they've faced so far, and then you get to the short tracks like Berlin and Elko, and then the road course with Mid Ohio. So he's gonna, if he's gonna stay up there in the points, this is really going to be the next few races that kind of shows us whether that's a prospect or not.
Yeah, well, Mid Ohio is going to be interesting because I think that's the only track that he said he's raced on before. Of course, he had a brief open wheel career before making the transition to stock cars just a few years ago.